Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Strike, Defender of the Fatherland, off here to an exciting on 1 vs 1 on Angleville. Yes, indeed, it's back to Angleville in the South. We got here Frontline fighting for America, freedom, democracy, liberty, taking on the role here of the Second Armored Division, tasked here clearing out the Krauts under the command of Captain Price, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Holding the line here with the 17th SS Panzergrenadier, Götz von Berlichingen here with a sniper start, and he's got elite troops, spearhead, and Jaeger infantry with double Panzergrenadier bullets. It's infantry versus Vonivan's recon support with triple infantry. So double rifle here versus a sniper start. A bold move here, but Price, since it does mean the Wehrmacht here will be rather short on map control in the early game. Of course, he hopes he can then use the sniper to pressure and bleed for Vonivan, of course, at the same time. Well, the way Angleville works, he could run into issues, and there's more possibilities for the sniper to get flanked in sort of a nasty maneuver, or in that matter, for Vonivan to maybe sneak away to hide from it. We'll see what happens there. But so far, he's pushing hard up east. Price is working west, which will work to the advantage of Price, since it means he's going to be less pressured here by Vonivan in the early game. So there we go, Rifleman sending out, slowly advancing. We see also a very aggressive move here for the fuel point. Very good aggressive capping order there by Vonivan. Alright guys, we want this fuel point ready. Wait, where does the fuel point come from? It's a strategic representation of the value of this point assigned by High Command. So it's like, just, you know, we get fuel for it, but like it doesn't actually have it. Oh, yeah. Third round squad way there for Vonivan. Grenadiers are running here for Price for Germany. Snipers are moving out aggressively. He's basically trying to scout out if Vonivan is in the west at all. I mean, sort of safely determined he is, and he's going to probably try and switch westwards here to put in, or eastwards. I mean, sort of put a bit of pressure down Vonivan. Meanwhile, Vonivan just sweeps ahead here with the riflemen, scouting ahead, forming a nice defensive line or frontage. Grabbing the eastern point here, fuel point almost secured. MD42 up for Price. We've got an MD42 Grenadier sniper start here for Price. We just need a mortar and head one of each. Ha ha ha. But there you go. Vonivan and the second armored division securing territory. And there you go. Sniper moving in, or at least trying to move in. Get back here, you bastard. I mean, who said that? No one. Alright. Man, those bushes are weird. Pretty sure that was a Kraut, Carl. Oh. So there you go. MD42 out there for Price and the 17th SS Panzergrenadier Division, Götz von Berlichingen. A division that by the time on the Normandy at some points at most had a few months worth of training. In other cases they only had about 4 weeks of training before the invasion began. Meaning the division was overall not very cohesively strong. We got a second gunnery squad there for Price. Now moving up, they can try and bleed away. Vonivan over maintaining sort of defensive positions here. For an American place playing actually very defensive versus Price. Of course, he might be worried about running head first into an MD42. Might be worried about a sniper. Who knows here? But either way, he's not trying to pressure Price so far very aggressively in the early game. Partly because again, if he's got the eastern side, he can actually get away with playing defensively because of all the houses, but also because 2 of the victory points are there. So ultimately, Price is going to have to come from him, and naturally, sort of the defenses here just sort of working in his favour, unless of course he flanks through here, which most players actually tend not to do. But it's actually a really good spot to begin, you know dealing with such defence. Oh, what's going on here? I mean, obviously the Gunners can't fight back hard, but still it seems a bit awkward. He just gives up a house like that. But again, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, again, 1 window, well, 2 windows versus fire rank and fire back. Given this sort of not got so much cover there, it's not a good situation for the Grenadiers. Mortar moving up, Rifleman hanging back as well. Sniper there taking care of a pair of the echelons. Mortar moving up there. Looks like Vonivan's going to finally try and attack back here at Price. He might set up a smoke screen here, and there you go. MD4 reveals itself. Shooting through the hedges. That's a huh? That's a first. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Oh well, we got mortar direct hit on the MD42 taking out Klaus. Even the rest in a bad situation. But there you go. Rifle grenade over the hedges on the mortar crew. Snowballs are doing what he can there. Mortar fire there. Continue to rain down. Need to retreat the mortar. Frontline and Mac is going to be taken up soon. Going for the lieutenant. Mortar crew there wants to be taken out. The on retreat by the Grenadiers. Rifle charging in here. MD42 switching back from Snowballs repositioning. And yes, indeed, lieutenant they're almost done for Vonivan. Very much a sort of you to sort of get together there along with the recon support. Something use recon support to make up for the fact you won't have any serious anti-tank weapons, plus you get elite troops and the Greyhound, essentially covering up for a lot of the stuff you get from the captain anyways, like the Stuart light tank, where the Greyhound sort of acts as an ersatz light tank. And of course anti-tank guns plus paratroops, mean you get elite infantry too. and at a discount. It's amazing. Pioneers then making a run for the mortar here for Vonivan, caught with his pants down here by Price. And looks like Price there was able to make a run for it, this sneaky bastard. Now he gets the mortar wipe there, but we got the infantry setting up. He's got no mortar there to smoke it down. He doesn't have a doctrine fight smoke. So troops are getting suppressed. He makes a run for it. We got the sniper the Grenadiers charging in as well. Reactions they're making move forwards, and he gets it. He gets it. Basically, Vonivan sacrifices a bunch of men that draw fire just to ensure he can grab the mortar. I can understand why, since price for the mortar sniper and all that, in particular stolen mortar, would be quite a pain in Vonivan's posterior. But even then, that is quite an expensive price to pay. Back here, though, Price taking up, going for the light mechanized company here for the fatherland. Pioneers hard at work, digging and throwing down corrugated iron using shovels. Grenadiers are thwarted by a 50 cal. We got a rough squad opening up as well. The Grenadiers taking some losses, some bleed. Overall, Vonivan's got the victory point lead here, slowly draining Price of those precious victory points. At the same time, it's not doing anything here. There's not even some light harassment and stuff to that way, force Price to maybe consider somewhere else. You could easily use a reactant squad for that bally just to sneak about here. We'll see all the way bunker up there for Price as well. And we got the Pack 40, the Panzer can only 40. Price is obviously anticipating here with it turned out that Vonivan is going to push for an anti-aircraft half-tech. It's a very popular choice at the moment from the Americans. Very strong, very difficult to catch, and of course can self-repair. So in many ways it's just a very strong unit in the early game. Medics are on the way for Price. For Deutschland. Pack 40 almost done. Bit of harassment up north here with the Pioneers. Good work there by Price and the 17th SS. And we got Jäger Infantry. Jäger Infanterie, meine Herren. Vorwärts. So now they're picking off a few more men. No sign of anything else in ambush camouflage. G43s. Maybe a Jäger command squad. Maybe some Panzer Grenadiers. Maybe with ambush camouflage in those. Got the half they're rolling ahead. Look, Ma! No hands! Shut up, Carl! And I'm your sergeant. Next time you drive without hands, I'm gonna slap you real hard. Pioneers securing points. It's just slowly increasing the pressure then for Vonivan. Very slowly, carefully. Like a cook slowly increasing the heat on his goulash. Anyways, got the half-track moving up. The Pioneers, they're right in the way of the M15A1 anti-aircraft half-track. And they're going at the Pioneers, tearing into them with full vigour and viciousness. Forcing retreat there for Price. Both players continue to remain in the standoff here. Again, most maps tend to just get, well, most players in Anchor will tend to get just the defecated thanks to this road here, so this just becomes the natural front line. But there you go, Pack 4 lands next and hit in the half-tech. Vonivan those quick to get out, and then we finally got some rest on the south here. Two rifle squads with BARs. Sneaking up here for the southern flank, taking advantage of Price, focusing everything up on the north part of the front, never trying to outmaneuver. And very clever move there by Vonivan, outmaneuvering Price. And we got a Panzer Grenadier squad here. Hardened men of the 17th SS, probably the ones who saw most training. Also, fun fact, the 17th SS Panzer Grenadier battalions, several of them were actually mounted fully on bicycles because they didn't have enough trucks or cars to move them about on, so they would have been mounted on bicycles. There you go, ambush camouflage up for the Panzer Grenadiers. Nothing on anything else, just the Panzer Grenadier. We got some G43s to go up for the Grenadier, increasing their firepower against the American Scourge. As Frontline, meanwhile, takes advantage of Price's full attention here up north to just continue to sneak about there. We got the Grenadiers being sent southwards, but they're going to struggle a bit there on their own. Half-track here helping out, and of course, the half-track just allows Vonivan to more easily just hold the entire north with a minimum amount of forces in the early game, alongside the 50 caliber, which basically frees up the infantry. And this has got the half-track really is just a excellent choice for Vonivan on a lot of levels here. We'll see if Price goes for the A command squad. I see some players going for it and see some actually not going for it at all. I do think the A command squad is a pretty solid unit. Grenadiers are being repulsed here up north. Pioneer sneaking up there. But overall, Vonivan is not the one that controls the map here against Price, who is slightly beginning to lose ground here to his armies. And we got another Panzer Grenadier squad here. Price is going to be up to 4 infantry squads then. We'll have to see how that works out. Generally, I see a Wehrmacht player going for a lot of Panzer Grenadiers, though I do think in part that's because they're underestimating how useful they actually are. But Vonivan there, Again, slowly extending pressure against Price, forcing him to draw away more attention, which could in theory then allow for him to flank up for the north here and get behind Price here. I mean, this really just opens up for a lot of levels of play here for Vonivan, depending on what he does. And we see the 5th Caliber move forwards. Half-tech assault beginning to moving in there. So there you go. He's taking advantage of it. 5th Caliber there could take out on the sniper. Ah, he's just beyond range. Just beyond range. Really awkward like there for Vonivan. There we go. You can see the assault is running out of troops. Momentum has to retreat. Bit of harassment up north here. Need to retreat. There we go. 50 caliber as well. Need to get the lieutenant out there as well. We'll be ashamed to lose him now. Panzer goes there, getting more ambush camouflage out there for Price. And taking advantage now of the 5th cavalry also being gone, leaving now really only the half-track Malta and the rest of them defending the entire eastern half of the map for now. Also noting that Vonivan is a bit short on medics, so some of his men there might not be quite at full combat capability, but he is equipped with the BARs, which of course will help make up for the lack of medics for some time. Of course, if Price keeps out with the Panzer Grenadiers and uses them intelligently, there might be some issues, and particularly sets up some good ambushes, because that's what you basically can do with the ambush camouflage. You can sort of draw the opponent into sort of a good range and then murder them, helping slightly overcompensate for the fact that Panzer Grenadiers aren't that good at long range. So again, just bait your opponent into good range and then just open up with them using the ambush bonus there as well. That can be really nasty. 3rd Panzer Grenadier Squad. He's not even taking up, he's just committing to more. But he got a smoke screen down there for Vonivan, setting up for an attack here. Trying to sort of disrupt here Price's defenses, very good. Straight into the 5th cavalry, the Panzer was that immediately suppressed. Now falling back, Grenadiers coming up as well here. These are not ordered to hold fast, they'll just open up here at max range with the ambush bonus, which does help a bit nonetheless. It does give their shots at max range a bit more impact, which still makes them pretty lethal. So in that regard, if you don't try to bait the opponent into range, it actually benefits the Panzer Grenadiers nicely. Rather than being suppressed, Panzer Grenadiers need to fall back. 5th cavalry setting up there, but it's already low on health, half health. Rather than sneak up here, the lieutenants put up left and flank. Sniper doing what it can, and we got Mortier just continue to lay down pressure on the right side. He might try to smoke out the machine gun instead of just bombarding it. Would be much faster. And almost lost the 5th cavalry there. He can go on in the Greyhound. There you go. 5th cavalry did get wiped. Quite a loss here. Rather than taking losses, not good here for Vonivan. Overall struggling there to get enough smoke support in, I think. If Price were to get his hand on the 50 caliber, that could be quite a problem there for Vonivan, I think. Back here, the reinforcement going on. Major setting out. And there you go, Price rolling ahead here. Pioneers being suppressed by the 50 caliber. Oh, they're making the anti-craft attack. And there you go, Grenadiers now with the 50 caliber. A Mardeus. In the west here, Lieutenant being assaulted by the Panzer Grenadier. Panzer Grenadier closing in there. So we got 3 Panzer Grenadier squad over Price. 3 of them. That is a lot of Panzer Grenadiers. And that is a lot of trouble for Vonivan, depending on how Price uses them. You definitely do not see, you know, Panzer Grenadier heavy strategies a lot, though. Here we are with 3 of them. 2 of them at least with Jaeger with ambush camouflage. Rather than just moving ahead, it's going to face them head on. Catching up the sniper there with 21 kills. He needs to pick up about his bunches up as many. Should again be aware that there's a 5th cavalry now in control, which can immediately stop any of Vonivan's advances. Still, Vonivan remains in control most of the map. In fact, he's got quite the vice going on in terms of the bleed versus Price right now. Price is down to almost half victory points compared to Vonivan, but losing that 50 cavalry and assault, which definitely could have used a bit more smoke, I think was a bit of a mistake there by Vonivan. Cost him quite dearly and basically makes it easier for Price to defend. Of course, a 50 caliber is just a great support weapon there for Price and all of these panzers. There we go. Big push here with Grenadiers. Panzers there, forming up a massive chunk of infantry. Catching the mortar there and could even wipe any units that are incautious here. They set up. Mortar wiped as well. This is going to be catastrophic for Vonivan. Needs to get the half to go out there before it's too late. Going to send the umpires rounds. Oh, he's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. He's going to get Panther fast. He's trying to take it out. He gets it right before it gets taken out, but still, too many infantrymen. Just shoot the last bits to death. Quite a loss there for Vonivan. He's now been suffering several heavy losses in a matter of moments here versus Price. Mortar, half track, 50 caliber. Still got plenty of infantry. And he probably should equip with more with BAR. Scout Shaman word that doesn't help us as Price, but still, there's a lot of equipment that's been lost. We got cluster bombs called in and trying to disrupt here Price's horde. Price though definitely dodges it for the most part, I think. This was a not very good engagement there for Vonivan. Well, a bad series of engagements. Sniper they hang about here by the northern end of the fields. getting off a few more Yankees. Grenadier, Panzer Grenadier sending out. Sherman almost down there for now, plus an ambulance on the way as well. Riflemen need to retreat soon, they're about to get wiped out. Oh my god! Panzers, they're just sweeping through the riflemen, they're catching for now and completely off guard, dropping a BAR as well. This is pretty bad for Vonivan. These are some heavy casualties here. Basically, Price just stalled and went on a counter-offensive as soon as he's got enough Panzer squads to just form up a serious amount of firepower. Forming up essentially a Panzer Grenadier blob, which is not something you see very often, and as you can see there, it's actually pretty good at wiping units on retreat. It's expensive, but it actually kind of does the job. And now Vonivan is in a really bad spot. He's charging in the Sherman. It's his best hope there. You just throw off. Price is going for second pack. 40 Price is not taken up here. So focused on the Panzer Grenadier horde that he's just not been able to go up there. And now Vonivan is striking back here, but he's lost a lot. He is down to barely nothing here against Price, and he's going to have quite a hard time getting back. I mean, he's still got a victory point each. There is time for it. He still control a chunk of the map, but even then, those are some massive losses. It will be difficult for Vonivan to overcome anytime soon. And Vonivan's going to have to really just be quick to replace it with everything he can get. And get out some support weapons to help sort of pick up some of the slack there. Lieutenant, well, Major Rifleman hit the Lieutenant is quite dead. Sherman charging through it, crashing through walls, destroying them. Quite some pressure there. Price sending out here with a big force, Pax and Panzer Grenadier. 50 up, no Lieutenant on the way there for Vonivan. Not a bad choice there at all. Quick and nice replacement, still a good unit, and he of course just had a BAR on it, but this is quite the challenge. I don't think Vonivan anticipated Price going for that many Panzer Grenadiers and using them in these sort of sweeping assault formations. 5th car there being assaulted by the Sherman. Cleared out, they're taking back from America. There he goes, almost got it. Pack opening up, misses the Sherman. Second one misses as well. Third one hits. Fourth one misses. North here we got Panzer Swing Force. He needs to retreat. The rifle squad here needs to retreat. Oh, it's going to be too late. He's taking too much damage from the Panzer Grenadiers. I don't think he's paying attention. And now he's retreating right past the Panzer Grenadiers. He's just wiping them. My God. Don't think you've ever seen Panzer Grenadiers used like this in a long time. But they are providing a lot of firepower thanks to the assault rifles. And the thing is, like, automatic weapons like this are much better just, wiping retreating units, since they're much better keep pace and just do damage. Sherman there escaping, though it is pretty close. He actually destroyed them. He didn't destroy it, just briefly looked like it. But yeah, Vonivan now lost another infantry squad. He is barely hanging on here. Barely, I mean, he is... Good use of smoke there, by the way. Good use of smoke, carrying the retreat and preventing the pack forward from just firing there. It's still getting close. Got Grenadiers closing in there with the Panzerfaust. And, right, just before it got out, it's down. He's down to 18 population versus opponent with 62. This is pretty grim. Like, his best bet is just that Vonivan Price, hasn't taken up still. His last relying on infantry, being then double pack force can help compensate for that somewhat. And again, like, his underestimating of the Panzer Grenadiers, I think, proved to be rather unpleasant. A very nasty strand here by Price. Panzer Grenadiers, a lot of them too. There you go, more infantry out here for Vonivan. He is not giving up. He is still fighting the good fight. And he's still got a large victory point. As long as he doesn't do anything stupid, he might still have a chance. There's definitely, I think, need a 50 cavalry, and that's really the fun thing I think that hurt him the most there. Like, he just doesn't have 50 cavalry to stop Price's Panzer Grenadier tanks. He's going for a 4th squad. He is going for a 4th one. My God. This is pretty much just Panzer Grenadier spam. That is definitely not something you see very often, if at all. I don't think I ever can recall last time I saw that. That's like years. Ground out here by Vonivan. I think a measure of desperation against Price. Oh, catches the sniper with the Greyhound. Doesn't quite land a hit there. 50 caliber on the way. Need to be careful, of course, with the Pack 40. If we can get the sniper here. Ooh. Do you really think of going in for trying to get a wipe there? He's partly committed to it now. Can't easily escape that way anyways. Almost got the blighter. Can the Greyhound make it? Got the sniper. Got the sniper. Can he get the grenades before they panther fast? No. Oh! It got abandoned inside of Price's base, but did get a grenade escort. He did get the sniper. I mean, it's not much, but it's actually kind of something. It is kind of something. I mean, those are still 2 losses for Price. And they're still preventing him from taking up further, which is definitely not something he should be taking lightly. You also got Panzerix up here, so he's clearly going to compensate at least somewhat for his lack of tech there by using Panzergrenadier with Panzerschrecks. Cheeky and sneaky. If you can get the 50 caliber here, then possibly get another one, though. You should have a good chance of slowing down all of these Panzers. There we go. He's got one 50 caliber on the way. You could probably grab the other one. And then 2 50 caliber machine guns should be a quite good tool here for containing Price's Panzergrenadier spam. I mean, a part of it that's just, I think, it's just simply, again, just Vonivan not anticipating it all, because if he was anticipating, I'm reasonably sure he would have gone for a lot more 50 calibers faster than he did, and of course he wouldn't have been quite as reckless with the first one he had. 50 caliber out there, Rifleneer in a lot of time. We got artillery called in by the Major. Rifleneer eventually seems to get a bit lucky versus the Panzergrenadier horde here as Price's men sweep forwards in an assault. BAR drop. But there we go, 50 caliber setting up here, catching the Panzergrenadier, suppressing most of them. Not grabbing the 50 caliber, I really think he should. Even if it's a bit risky in some way to get them back, but I still think that would be a very solid choice there for him. Partly just denied to Price, but also just to have another weapon with which to suppress all of these Panzergrenadiers. In particular, the way Price is using them, it really just called for a 50 caliber. There we go, stops them making all these attempts to. Close. But there you go, horde suppressed by the 50 caliber, allowing the rifleman to escape, and there you go, moving in to grab it with the gun. He'll have to spend the entire grenadier squad. I don't think Price wants to do that. And there you go, full retreat there from Price, who is finally taking up there, by the way. He is finally taking up, finally moving up the tech ladder there, the chain of technology. And there you go, we got Vonivan's Greyhound in action for Price for Germany. And he takes back the mortar as well, trying to have something to combine with the 50 caliber there to just, punish Price's Panzergrenadier blobs. Very good choice here, very good decision. Guns are being suppressed by the 50 caliber machine gun, taking damage, taking losses. Moving up the side here with the Major and the Rifleman. Price is still not taking up. I really feel that's one of the bigger mistakes of his strategy right now. He could have been taking up sooner here, but I guess he just wants to get all these Panzergrenadiers out and do crazy things with them. Price for now speaking up the east side here. Gunners being assaulted by the 10 to 50 caliber. They need to cover the flank though. He needs to be knowing where the horde is, because I risk losing the 50 caliber there. Moving up support here. Major moving about. We'll be able to spot the horde soon enough. 50 caliber positioning, and we got the Greyhound moving out here. Major retreating, but it's too late. He's going to be dead. He's going to be very dead.
We lost an infantry unit.
Grabbing a 50 caliber. He's got 3 50 calibers, boy. He's got 3 of them.
The capture point is under attack.
And catch the horde with it. That's going to be brilliant. And there we go. Panzer's mighty strange to the 50 caliber machine gun, segments up to cover the first one, in which case we might be able to deal with the Greyhound. There you go. Troops advancing, being pinned down. Pinned down. Heavy losses there for Price's assault. His horde stopping there. Going pissing rounds on the Greyhound. Very good work here. Very good work. Not doing a ton of damage. Still doing some. There we go. Swing through the Pack 40. Could get them. Could get them. Almost got the Greyhound here with the 50 caliber machine gun and his arm pissing rounds. One Pack 40 is down. One Pack 40 is down. Secures it. Good work here by Vonivan, utterly seeing through Price's strategy and countering it incredibly hard here with a lot of 50 caliber machine guns. Good work. Now Price really soon have to consider going for something else, because otherwise his strategy has been locked down utterly. Pack 40 wiped, but even then Price with these charges. Oh, dropped the PAR there again. Reasons all the way there for Vonivan. Mortar is hanging back there. Still, Vonivan is grabbing most of the map here. A Solid comeback from Vonivan. Solid comeback. Like, he was down to barely nothing. Yet he managed to turn around in part because of, while Vonivan's Price's strategy in many ways is sort of strong, it's also to an extent very simplistic, and in this regard the 50 calibers are really good at countering this sort of stuff there. So really good play there by Vonivan, really good play. 50 caliber there being rushed forwards, Price is switching avenues, at least he's good enough to not just keep attacking into the same bloody thing. There's a risk here losing the 50 caliber to the Pentagon that is. In this regard, Vonivan again needs to be a bit more aware of his flank, because that's the sort of stuff here that Vonivan, or Price I mean, god damn it, will try and take advantage of with his Panzergrenadier horde. He'll also have to go for another Sherman soon, I think. Meanwhile, Price has taken up there, hasn't built the support core yet. Pack crude. Rifleman retreat. In this case, he just retreats fast enough, hopefully, to get out of there. He can soon go for Sherman. Rifleman Lieutenant moving in. 50 caliber has been moved as well. There you go. Well, you see this time the Price more quick spread up his troops, which gives a better chance of stopping them. Panzergrenadier running to Lieutenant and the Rifleman, the BR. My God, they have so many automatics. It's not like, oh, we do too. 50 calibers here versus the Greyhound, doing some damage, but now I'm piercing rounds here. He needs them. He got a mortar there supporting. Pack 40 is not quite near there. And there you go, both sprinting away to get to a better position. Very good choice there, very good choice. Rifleman Lieutenant moving hit. German 50 coming back there, manned by Pioniere. Point sending scope. We got Panzer hiding out in ambush behind a tree. And we got Lieutenant here with the Panzerjägers. They certainly cannot resist, and they're quickly focused down there by Vonivan's troops. Pack 40 falling back a bit as well. We got the mortar hammering away. They're home to silence and crouch permanently. Back here, nothing further going for Vonivan's base. Price with 400 fuel. Really needs to get some armor up soon though, because the tide is turning against him. Whatever momentum he gained from the Panzergrenadier horde is slowly just waning out there, thanks to Vonivan's solid counter tactics. And let's see, Pack 40 up the Greyhound there, shoots, misses though. Rifleman falling back, Panzer getting shot to bits here by the Rifleman. Greyhound there, missed again by the Pack there. Sort of funny how they're both using the other equipment. Gonna use a strain to the 50 caliber machine gun here, being suppressed in fact by both now. Rifleman finding us, the Panzer goes up close to the BAR, doing just enough to stop the Hanses there. And we got the Greyhound moving out there close to VC2. We got a Sherman there for Vonivan as well. Price, oh, he's finally built a support core and can then technically build a lot of tanks if he just could sort of keep himself from losing too much infantry. This has certainly been quite the bloody fight there, with a lot of action and already one major comeback here by Vonivan. Outstanding stuff. Greyhound there flanking. Price is, I think, doing much more with the 50 caliber or the Greyhound there than Vonivan. And then again, he did get a sniper, which is not something to be taken lightly. My God, Otto, what is it? Have you seen how much candy they have in this thing? 9. How much do they have? They have tons of it. More than we ever get to see in our entire lives otherwise. Damn Americans. Spoiled brats, really son of any one of them. Going points, fuel pump being arrested. Got Rifleman in there. Price, of course, is more keen in ensuring that Vonivan doesn't get fuel, because he's clearly going to be pushing for tanks, and he's already got another one out here. Second Sherman around here for the 2nd Armored Division. As the 17th is continuing to fight here, large relying on infantry. An SS division, by the way, would have had a larger quantity of infantry available to it compared to a regular army infantry division. That's sort of really one of the major advantages the SS had. They still operated with 3-man battalions or 3 battalion regiments compared to an army division which only had 2 battalions in. But there you go, lots of stuff here bunched up there versus Sherman misses though, which is rather lucky there for Price, because that would have been quite ugly. Like if they hit right into the blob there and just taking out so many men. Round versus Pioneers here in the west. That's going to be a loss for the Pioneers here. Shots being fired here. Back here we got healing reinforcements going there for Vonivan. 50 caliber staying out. Greyhound on the move again, though heavily damaged. Pack 40 needs to be careful here, to be honest. Need to be careful. Vonivan can actually soon consider going for another Shem, which I think would be a good choice. Ooh, almost got that, but he's about to lose his 50 caliber. We got swift move from the east to the west here by Price, reallocating his Panzergrenadier Gruppen to counterattack into the west. Good swift there, I think, by Price. Lost a unit. In this case, I think it. He lost another 50 caliber. So in this case, he needs to be captured, ensuring he doesn't fall into the hands of Price. Bringing the other one a bit risky there, a bit careful. He is what he needs to be. Repositioning versus Pioneers in the west. A lot of action across the map here. A lot of action. Sherman being fixed up. Grey Hunter waiting to be fixed up. There you go. Getting happening. And we got the Panzer going to be swinging forwards against the Lieutenant here, taking damage. A grenade here would be great for Frontline, but he hasn't researched them. He has not. He could consider it though. Mortar hammering away here against the 50 cal machine gun there, helped by the Germans inside the corner house there. Panzer Grenadier falling back. Getting some damage down there. Still needs to grab that 50 cal, but the more 50 cal he's got to sort of hold back Price's troops, the better for Vonivan. And there you go. Price going for a Panzer IV, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Sent in from the nearby 2nd Panzer Division, which would provide armour support for the 17th SS, which only had Stooks and Mar de Vries to rely on. Fun fact. Troops in reinforcing. Another fun fact about the 17th SS had two armoured reconnaissance battalions attached from the 9th and the 10th SS Panzer Division, probably to help reinforce the division and make up for some of its lesser experienced troops. We got a bomb grenade off here. We got the Sherman heading westwards here. High explosive rounds. He's so far seen no armour, so we can just try and focus on murdering as much of Price's infantry as possible. Using high explosive rounds, definitely not a bad idea. Got the Panzer IV heading westwards though. Panzer fast off. Panzer going to be there, almost blown up with the Sherman tank here. Very good work there by Vonivan, rather than being pushed back. And he's got the Graham moving ahead again. And we got to tank rifle grenade off, but he's going to lose the rifleman here. That's not going to be worth it for Vonivan. That's not going to be worth it. That's going to be a loss here. Cannot afford. But there you go. He can maybe get the Graham with the Pack 40. And he gets it. Finally putting it out of its misery. And there you go, 2nd Sherman for Vonivan for the 2nd Armoured Division. As the Lieutenant makes very short work of the Pioneers, shredding them slowly but surely. Back here, a lot of reinforcement, a lot of healing going on there for Price. Same happening here in Vonivan's base. 2nd Sherman almost done. Other Sherman in need of repairs, but it's not quite happening. 5th Cavalry has been accrued. Very good work. Shooting westwards again, victory points wise. Vonivan still has got a fat lead over Price here. 395 versus 138. Panzer IV sitting up against the Pack 40. Target point would be pretty good, but he doesn't have the munitions for it. In fact, he just ran out of it. Panzer IV quickly flanks. We've got troops moving in there from several sides. He's going to have to reinforce this, but shooting quickly. He's going to have to fall back because otherwise he's going to lose here. Price has simply put the tank from too many angles with too much stuff. And there you go, 50 cal falling back. Pack though gets swiped. Lieutenant moving in. Sherman's on the way to deliver freedom. Pack 40 recruit here with the Lieutenant. Oh dear, Sherman rolling hits into the Panzer VI. Pack 40 wiped in a matter of seconds. Bit of waste of manpower there by Vonivan, to be honest. Just falls back. Panzer fast here. Flag of infantry is not helping him. And we got cluster bombs called in here to just make it hard here for Price to grab it or do anything around it. Very good work here. Shot fired. Bounce. Oh! Almost looked like he was going to get some damage done there. Oh, he does get so killed in parts of the blob. Pack 40 almost taken out. We can see Price is just going to destroy it. And the west point's been secured here. Good tactical sense there by Vonivan and the 2nd Armoured Division. Sham's still need to repair. Price can soon consider 2nd Sherman here versus 2nd Panzer IV. And Vonivan could go for 3rd Sherman. He could also go for Scots. You just increase the chance of maybe killing some infantry. Though I definitely think there should be soon some more infantry on the way there. Price probably has 2 veteran 3 Panzer Grenadier squads. And there you go, Panzer Jäger's helped and suppressed. 2nd Panzer Jäger squad out here as well for Price now, meaning half of his Panzers have Panzer VI, the others have not. At least he's not upgrading the highly veteran ones with it, because that's actually a mistake some players do. They'll just upgrade the most veteran Panzer Gunners with Panzer VI, meaning he just cuts out a lot of anti-infantry firepower, which is generally not what you want to do. Panzer Force were beginning to get some hits there against the 5th Guard machine gun crew, which is being hit. We got mortar fire there on the machine gun in the house. There you go, Sherman versus Panzer IV here. Sherman number 2 falling back here for the time being. Got a big push here. 5th Guard being flanked. Needs to retreat. Pack 40 up on the other Sherman. He's not retrieving the 50 cal. He could be too late here now. He could be too late. Ooh, yeah, too late here. Always watch your flanks against Price. I think is a clear lesson here. Return rolling ahead here. Morton needs to fall back. 50 cal, they're holding up with the Panzer Grenadiers and the Grenadiers. Very good work there. Very good work. For now, though, is bleeding out here in the face of Price's tactics, so he is still fighting back pretty hard. 50 cal there is still recruitable, getting in the rear to grab. That would be a good choice. Sherman's being fixed up, and we got a third Sherman for now, and they're building up more armoured forces here versus Price, who is actually got enough resources for another Panzer IV. And we got cluster bombs to the machine gun. He's quick to get out of there. They might still lose the 50 cal, but here's the cluster bombs to land on the surrounding area. There we go, almost wiping the entire 50 caliber crew there. Panzers there being shredded out in the open. Fall back! We don't have that much firepower. This is Panzerschrecks. Nice work there. Third Sherman almost done for Vonivan. And there you go, second Panther IV for Price for the fatherland. And we got the elite Panzers are hiding out there in some bushes. Third Sherman for Vonivan. You got 3 Shermans versus soon 2 Panzer IVs. A lot of anti-tank. But he actually did get one of the Panzerjäger squads. That's actually pretty good there for Vonivan. That's one less threat to his Shermans. And there you go, big push with double Shermans, catching the Panzers out in the open here, bombarding them. Ruthlessly, we got the Pack 4, they're firing back. Nations then need to get back up before they get wiped, and he really should grab that 50 cal as well. There again, the more 50 cal he has to hold back Price's forces, the better for Vonivan. And of course, the worse for Price. But now he's actually back in control of most of the map. He's back to bleeding up. Price is down to 100 victory points, more or less. Needs to be careful with the Shermans, though. High chance of losing at least one of them. Though the 50 cal is helping out. Third Sherman is not quite there. And even if he's trying to support, it might actually make it harder for the other Sherman to escape, giving Price a better chance while on that. We go. Sherman down. Could have probably tried laying down a smoke screen to sort of help cover the retreat. We got eventually 2 Sherman out there. And a Panzer IV. And got the Panzer IV though, saving the remaining Shermans there. Still rather close to gate, plus another Sherman there for Vonivan, but he is still critically short on infantry, whereas Price is in control of a lot there. Which is not something that should be taken lightly. I mean, he's got 5 infantry squad versus Vonivan's 2. And that's really a big advantage. Because it all means he can just attack from all angles and also support his tanks better, whereas Vonivan will be struggling in that department quite a bit. So it's a bit dangerous here for Vonivan. It's a bit dangerous. So again, he's got a lot of armor. He still has a lot more armor, and they are tanks that are reasonably good at dealing with infantry. So it's obviously not game over yet. Another Panzer IV there for Price. Both players aiming for the Mittlerer Panzer. All of his Panzers, they're almost 53. There's just the Panzerjäger squad which needs to get there. And there you go. 50 cal catch them all out in the open. Very good. He still has to recruit that one. Looks like he's forgotten about it. Unfortunate for Vonivan. Great for Price though. Great for Price. Sweeping in, they almost catch him there with some good, well-placed mortar fire. Sherman moving in and immediately bombarding the Germans. Take that, you Kraut bastards! No need to be rude, Joe. No need to be rude. They're Krauts. You always have to be rude to Krauts. Shot bouncing off the veteran Panzer IV crew here. Ralph need to fall back. Shot bounced off there. And the West Grenadiers seeing the victory point. More hits there. The Pack 40 is certainly proving to be quite an asset here for Price. Against all of these Shermans. 2 Panthers down to 67 victory points here. Good harassment in the West Berlin. Vonivan has forgotten about it. If we get that back and all, just focus on victory points, I think that Vonivan has a reasonable good chance of winning this match. Simply thanks to the massive lead he got versus Price there. They're 50 cal in nice position, except of course it's exposed versus 2 Panzer IVs, and they get immediately annihilated here. Cluster bombs called in. They're trying to take advantage of this clustering up by Price. And oh, Pioneer's there. Almost utterly annihilated by the cluster bombs. Good work there though by Vonivan, but the situation looking precarious. It is looking precarious. He really should counter-take into the west to get the point back there as well. But of course he might be worried about the main force that Price got swinging about him. Thusly does not want to commit too much, which is understandable. I think his best bet is going to be trying to flank Price rather than attack head on with the Shermans here. Like you can somehow outmaneuver him and somehow take out the Pack 40 first. That'd be, I think, a really big win there for Vonivan, because right now one of the issues is the Pack 40 just provides so much raw firepower in these engagements. For Price, that makes it very difficult for Vonivan's armor to sort of, stick around for long. So I definitely think a change in tactics is what Vonivan needs. Like, he needs to try and attack through here, get behind and catch Price off guard, force him to have to switch everything around and to deal with it rather than just constantly attacking head on. Because A, the Pack 40 is going to help tear him apart, plus the 22 Panther Force more suited now for taking on Sherman's head on. Right from there, Lieutenant being assaulted by the Panzers. We've got the Gibraltar lightning off. Just as you almost got the victory point there, the Germans are quick to put the jackboom down on that. No mercy, Jürgen, remember that. No mercy. Yeah, Dieter, you keep saying that. You keep saying that, but I'm pretty sure there's some conventions about that. Not on the battlefield. So soon he'll have 4 Germans here versus Price's 3 Panther forces. It's suddenly turning into a massive armor engagement. Which is certainly a bit of a turn to take. Bazooka fire there against the Panther 4 though. 50 caliber on its own here. Now that he's back to made a lot of use of the Doctrine, he's got some ambush camouflage from D-43s, but no artillery, no Jaeger command squad, and no Stuka close air support here for Price though. Compared to the for now, it's only immediately used the Greyhound and the cluster bombs. There's been no airdrop anti-tank groups, no anti-tank guns on our Pathfinders, even without raid tactics, so there's certainly also some room for improvement there for now in the Doctrine. Oh, holy smokes, almost got returned there with a single bomb grenade. That's a pretty good throw there for Price. Pretty good throw. Always is starting to look to be one hell of a showdown we're going to be seeing soon here, with a lot of Shermans versus a lot of Panzer IVs. And in this case, Price has the advantage thanks to the anti-tank gun, but also because it's now in control of the better position, so Vonivan's going to have to tag into him. He's going to find out a really clever way of doing it, so he can sort of, minimize incoming damage while maximizing, well, outcoming damage. Again, a decent flank, maybe supported by some smoke screens and the cluster bombs, I think could be the key here. In which case he drives around the Shermans, trying to avoid the Pack 40 as long as possible by cluster bombing the Pack 40, and then trying to deal with the Shermans, focusing down the weaker ones first, since they're less likely to bounce shots. That's why you take care of the different damage source, and then prioritizing the veteran Panzer IV. That will be a way of doing it anyways. We'll have to see if he can do it. It might not even be possible, but that's going to be try and do it maybe. What he definitely should be doing is just charging head on, particularly without even a smoke screen there. So there you go, head on attack with infantry, just feeding Price their manpower and experience, which is definitely not something Vonivan should be doing. And there you go, looks like he's shifting the armor westwards. He's down to 291 here versus. He lost the lieutenant. Might have been a misclick or something gone wrong there with the retreat. Happens. It's only been time where I thought I retreated a unit, and it turns out he hadn't. That's always a bitter experience. But there you go, Sherman's just run through here on a massive armoured convoy. You could even try just attacking the base right now. I mean, a base rush right now from Vonivan could actually be really nasty. I mean, Price wouldn't be anticipating at all. Would probably do some damage. And then once he's rushing everything back to deal with all the tanks on his base, Vonivan could then sort of tag up through here and just sweep through the eastern side. That could actually, I think, be a viable strategy. Just the base rush, followed up with a push, yes, then Price tries to react to that, but instead he's resorting to a head-on assault. He's even going to try and just move every tank into attack head-on, not even trying to flank with them. That feels like a bad move here, but Vonivan, bad move. No smoke screens. No nothing. A lot of bazookas though, which helped take on the tanks in that sense, but still, he could have mitigated a lot of damage with just a few smoke screens from the Sherman at the very least first. And it also by flanking a bit deeper against tanks moving up for here, for example, behind, could have been really devastating message for now. Instead, tanks are splitting up. There we go. Finally got a smoke screen down, but one Sherman's already been lost. He's getting past here. There's getting past. Got one of the Panther forces down to just 2. It's down to just 2. Infantry is nearby support, which is not good. He's got no way of easily clearing out the Pack 40 except holding the machine guns and the tanks. Maybe get some hits. Now the Sherman down. Got another Panther force down to just the veteran one. But again, he's got no way of dealing with the Pack 40. And that right now is his biggest issue. Plus, all of the Panzerjägers moving in with their Panzerschrecks. Oh dear. He's going to lose the Shermans. He's going to lose them. He might have a small chance of getting the Panzer 4 there. But even then, he's going to cost him every tank in the process. And for now, I'm still going to have a ton of infantry. And plenty of resource. Perhaps it's going to have plenty of resources. For now, it's not. Keep mixing up those two names for some bizarre reason. Not sure why. That was a hell of an engagement, but ultimately not too good. For now, the infantry and the armour attacked in, well, not very much unison, which, I mean, is supposedly historically correct, I suppose, but not really helpful there for Vonivan's chances. Echo smoke when he needed it. Ultimately, these are there for Price to just focus down the tanks. So that was not Vonivan's best assault. And now he's got a lot of infantry still to deal with, and Price can always replace any armor losses compared to Vonivan. Fifth couple now white, pretty bad, pretty bad. There we go, repulsed here by Price's forces. There we go, another Panzer 4 there, another Panzerkampfwagen 4. Troops being suppressed here by the 5th caliber. Torn apart.
We've dropped to 200 points.
200 points left for Vonivan. Things are starting to look a bit bleak here. Odds are getting worse here. And he continues to attack head on rather than trying to outmaneuver Price a bit. And Price is just beginning to call in more tanks. At this stage, it is not looking good for Vonivan. It is not looking good for Vonivan. Bazookas dropped here. Bazookas dropped.
Capture point is under
Shooting
attack.
out the west side here with the Panzer going to deal it. And the 2nd Panzer IV arrives. Well, technically probably more than that. More like 5th Panzer IV, but obviously right now it's the 2nd one compared to the first one here. See? 185 versus 67 is going for another Sherman. There's still the issue of Price having an awful lot of firepower. But Vonivan clearly still has hope for this to somehow turn out to be a victory. Somehow. Fifth Cowboy is still lying out in the middle of the bloody road. Price sees it and begins wrecking it. My God, look at this. The Americans are dumping the trash on the road. Don't you know how to protect the environment? Let's fire high explosive rounds at it. Isn't that bad for the environment as well? Better than staining it with American equipment? Actually, there was an issue with the American troops, for example, and some of the marchers just dumping their rifle and all equipment at the wayside, expecting just to get resupplied whenever they're right where they had to. So that was a bit of an issue. They also had a tendency of just dumping stuff into the ocean for some things. There you go, ambulance down. We got a Sherman in there, catching the Panther 4. Might be able to take it up. We got a 3rd Panther 4 on the way there for Price. He's just pumping them out now. Almost got the Panther 4 there. And then gets knocked out as he moves straight into a volley of Panzerschreck rockets and the other Panther 4 cluster bombs called in. I don't think it's going to have much of an impact in this case. Mostly ruining some hedges. 148 versus 67. Vonivan's barely got anything left. And Price has mostly got it all now. He isn't getting bombarded. Lost it. Got Rearson pulling here straight with the bazooka, trying to go for that Panzer IV, but they are encountering an awful lot of Germans with an awful lot of guns. There you go, Rearson's repulsed. At this stage, I think it's safe to say it is very much GG. I do not see Vonivan anymore having a chance of getting back to this. Brian come back from some pretty bad situations this match. And then GG, game over. Heavy losses on both sides, though Vonivan suffered more. Altogether, around 400 men dead in this brutal engagement, this slaughter. I mean, Vonivan sort of had some issues there. Partly again, he at times made some risky moves, and I think he also just underestimated Price's tenacity. In this case, just did not expect him to go for that many Panzer grenadiers, in which case he'd gone for more 50 calibers. Plus, the loss of that first one really just sort of tilted the favour in game of Price's just Panzer grenadier blobs. And then Vonivan sort of started with that. He came back from that really impressively, though, by getting a lot of 50 calibers and stopping them and holding them down. Even pushed for some. There were some issues there with sort of handling his tanks, in particular that final late arm engagement there was overall, I think, mishandled by Vonivan, really costly, without really achieving much in the end. He could have attacked, coordinated better, and he should attack from other angles. That was actually one thing that Price did well. He was good at attacking from different angles and coordinating infantry armor, overall leading to better attacks from Price in the long run, whereas Vonivan then just basically sort of fell apart in the long run. So there you go, a brutal slaughter here right on Angerville. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send a new plan some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Linking. Cheers, thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience, and see you all tomorrow. Bye.